Governor Andy Beshear vetoed items on the state budget. He removed wording that would limit how much money goes toward natural disaster response and forest fire suppression. He also vetoed Medicaid service cuts, money that would go toward a new parking garage for the General Assembly, and language that would further reduce general fund spending.